And we're back. And back in the saddle again. Paddles, presumably. Because all the Keshiks. Um, yeah, so where was I? Again, took another break to think. So, just really, really apprehensive about Japan and the timing of Japan. Because we got, what, three triremes that will upgrade to that will upgrade to frigates. Next turn, I think we will have. Yeah, we need to get markets up. We need to get our elites up here. Yeah, I've got to turn back on quick movement. So heal up here. Um, so one thing that's kind of an issue is space. As I mentioned this before, the guys are just hell bent on occupying these tiles. But if I can get a unit here, at the very least, that has indirect fire, like Merkits or Great, and I mean both of them really. I mean they can. That is so jarring. Um, you can get them to where sorry, yeah, let's go with them. So let them help them heal. Or let's see, this will take. Let's take. Still the same turn, right? Yep. Let's make that a garrison temporarily. If we put this here, they'll be ready at the end of the next turn. That said, I don't know when we're going to be putting these guys in the water. We basically want 4 to 5 frigates. And we're just going to blitz all of these. We want 4 to 5 frigates for starters. I'm worried a little bit about money, but we'll get some money back next turn um, from destroying Russia. I'm a little bit on the fence about. It's a tricky question of timing because we can't forget. I still need to come down here and take out Arabia, and I'm excited to go down and do that. However, I mean, because of the Forbidden Palace, it'll give us an extra edge on happiness for taking out the rest of the um, Japanese cities. But it's a delicate balancing act because of the money that we need. So it might make sense to just like get this city down to like very little HP and just keep some units here. Like just one get this down to nothing and basically try to hold it at low HP and then send the rest of the Keshiks down. But if I do that, I'm a little worried I'll be too light on damage to take out the rest of the Arabian cities as fast as I want to. I don't know. I think I want to take advantage of the cheapness of. I think at most I'll do that for one turn, like delay that for one turn, because I want to be able to buy one more trireme and then another trireme, and then upgrade them. The upgrade cost I think is like 200 something. I don't remember if this reflects the discount I get. Upgrade, yeah, 265. So what is that? That's roughly 250 times. If we have 5 triremes, that'd be about 1250 plus a little bit more. 1250 plus a little bit more, like 15 times. Yeah, like 1300 something. 1300 and a change. So, um, I'm glad I pillaged these farms because they're only working gold here. Um, yeah, I was laughing in a previous segment because I observed them at one point. I think I was just planning and not playing, and I was looking at. There was a turn where they were just working these. So this city was down to 3 population. It's already back up to 7. And it doesn't even have an aqua. Well, no, it has these buildings. It doesn't have an aqueduct. I'm just a little surprised that it's grown this fast. Even it did have a lot of excess food, that's for sure. So I'm glad I kind of nerfed its food. And I'm glad they prefer gold because the city is useless otherwise. And I don't, because of this tension between money for boats or ships. I call them boats. I think I watched one YouTuber. His name is like Milai, and he's a British guy that played like Vox Populi Let's Plays. Milai. I can't remember how he says his name. I think it looks like a Latin term, a Latin name, and but he's British, and he always calls them boats, and that just it made me laugh. I thought it was just really silly. I don't know if he does it as an affectation or I don't know if he's being funny, like silly intentionally or not. But it totally undercuts it. It totally it's just too silly to call these boats to me. Like it eliminates any gravitas that otherwise would exist. Let's see, so again, well, this guy's already in the position to heal, so I probably should put this here. Uh, well, okay, yeah, that's fine because we're gonna heal 2. This will boost it by 2, so they'll be ready next turn. This is better. So say, what's the question is, what do we do with the rest of these guys? These non-elites. This guy doesn't have range, so maybe we'll just defend Guangzhou. Um, Seshik has 3, has range. I don't know. And I kept going back and looking at Lhasa and thinking like, okay, well, do we take them or not take them? And it's still a little. The thing is, this policy is not particularly useful. It just is a time to build these buildings: monument, temple, monastery, and etc. Like opera houses, probably those exist. I think they do. I think they just have like an extra artist slot. Yeah, there's no like great works of writing pre DLC. It's just all these slots do is they provide you an extra culture slot and let you generate great artists, which can generate a landmark. They're basically I forget if they're called landmarks in this, but they're basically high culture tiles. Whereas those got replaced with archaeologists built those or built archaeological sites don't exist. I don't think, or do they? I don't know. I don't think they do. Not in pre DLC. So, too much thinking. Thinking. So what now? I was just trying to think. I don't know if I can really make use of these guys, even with range. Like I might be able to hit from here to here. So at the very least, they could do that, I suppose. Maybe I should take them that way. Um, but yeah, the plot, the game plan is to get 5 frigates for starters and just swoop in and use them to guard our any of our land units, specifically melee units, and more importantly, um, Keshiks eventually when the coast is clear. I'm not intended, but I just thought of that. Um, so, but we ideally I would want 6 ships, whether they're caravels or frigates, just to both to accelerate because it's going to take a while we're really getting a late start doing. I mean, it's going to take at least a couple turns to take this. Because even with astronomy, we only have free movement in the water. So that's the major bottleneck attacking Japan. It's just it's slow embarked movement. Yeah, so like steam power thing. Yeah, steam power won't be a thing in that scenario. It's just too far out, and even then, that's still only 4 movement. Let's see, what do we do now? So yeah, I was trying to think of a way to get a unit here, um, just to reserve a tile, and well, not here. I want one here, but I can't get one here on this turn. At the same time, I don't want to give up this garrison, so I'm just really torn. This guy was chopping. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll send some of these workers back. Don't really know. If we do end up doing sort of a pincer assault, it may we may bring some of these workers with us too. But we really want to make sure that there's no ships to harass any of our embarked units. So, do I continue this road? I guess I'll just reveal some territory, maybe make another road or two. Yeah, just hang tight here. What's this? So the other question is, we're at -6 happiness. When we take Cairo, I think we'll. Question is, Cairo might be somewhat large. I don't know. Civilian was captured. Where was that at? Damn it. Screwed that up. I should have put them in the city and put them on the sugar, but anywho. Where was that? You're earmarked for Japan. Okay. Oh yeah, we're also still waiting for this junk to. Oh, that's where the yeah. Waiting for this junk to raise because there's nothing in here of value. I didn't go back and check. I really hope that I did not sell a circus or a coliseum in there. Is that was a really boneheaded move if I did that? Or some of the noises, we have a general. Yeah. The Genghis. The okay, Beshik, you're up. I think I needed to kill that archer anyway. Okay, well, God, I wish we didn't get navigation this turn. That's what I don't know if I explained that fully, but basically that's the. I think I talked about it as a scheme, but that's the long and the short of it is that we need with that and with another one next turn, I think yeah. We'll be able to upgrade these 4 next turn and buy a trireme before taking out Russia. Buying a frigate outright is like 700 something, I think. 770. So raising any other cities, I think it's just one. You can tell by number of occupied. If it's if you take that number of occupied cities and divide by 5, that's how many cities you have that are raising, essentially. I mean, if you had a city that you annexed and didn't buy a courthouse, then that would also add to that number. Um, oh, and I was also thinking when I was taking a break that I would rush Taj Mahal, maybe, given that I can't really build. I was like, well, I could either do that or make a manufactory. But a manufactory would make more sense. Oftentimes, I um, will get a great engineer. Excuse me. I'll get a great engineer earlier than this. In fact, I've had games where I got 2. Like if I annex Beijing, because the Great Wall provides great engineer points. So with the Hagia Sophia, and if you had built a workshop in here, I'm pretty sure I was able to get 2 one time, but it's whatever. So the question is, how much production would this add? Do some quick math. Like, I mean, we have 14 turns to build the Taj Mahal, and we're not even happy right now. But I guess happiness, the production modifier, much like the combat debuff, doesn't kick in until you hit -10 happiness. However, it's very likely, very possible, and likely. Is that even making any sense? We're gonna have. It's almost a certainty that we're going to have another few turns of -10 or worse happiness. So I think it makes sense to rush Taj Mahal. And so what is this going to give us? It doesn't give me a prediction. Plus 20% combat strength against land units. This isn't a DLC issue. I haven't reloaded the game. Look, I still have the same instance of the game launched, so I haven't changed any DLC setting. Yeah, I don't know what this is all about. Yeah, I don't know why it says bombardment 1. Weird. Well, hopefully, nobody builds Taj Mahal. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world. Wouldn't be crestfallen, but it's estimate of estimates are just garbage. It took 1 damage. Or, no, I take that back. That was just city bombardment, but never mind. That's fine. Building a castle. It's going to take way past the end of the scenario. So, and I guess, yeah, we got some happiness back for city connection. What do we do now? But I typically, because we have basically all the roads we need over here, and all the improved. This city generally just has a lot of farms, so for starters, I just start replacing these with trading posts, just because it doesn't need all this food, not as a puppet anyway. Let's see. Can I get to that it consumes all movement? Georgia desires Taj Mahal. Well, you can't have it. I have it now. Well, maybe. They believe if Taj Mahal is built, it will lead to great enlightenment. Should you be the one to accomplish this? Kind of a busybody city-state, huh? What do you care whether I build it or not? It would lead to enlightenment, huh? So let's take a peek over here. They'll be ready next turn. Just thinking, we're in the same situation we were last turn, which is like we could get hit on the road. There's no garrison. There's no unit in there. They're across the river. Worst case, they build a unit and immediately kamikaze it out to us, and I think we're strong enough. We're not unhappy to the point of debuffed. Um, yeah, let's just back off and hope they don't. Yeah, hope they don't crash into us. Get a garrison for just a little more happiness. It's dealing with this. What's that again? A musket? Yeah. That's what I was talking about. So I was saving these chops for Circus Maximus. It's a bit of a min-max thing. So what I'll do, given that this will take another 3 turns, is I will just move to the next forest next turn. I haven't been keeping. I don't remember if. I guess we'll find out next turn. Let's see, markets. Yeah. These idiots. They're on the tile that I wanted to be on. I don't know how they even have any. I feel like their units would be getting torn to pieces. But this archer in the city must just be hitting whatever on this tile. The question is, can I be useful any other way? For now, we're going to head up over here. Just to get closer to the action. Hopefully a tile will open up. If I had been, and I've been in this situation before, if I had thought a little bit further ahead, I would have put something like one of these workers to squat on at least one tile that's useful. So you need to be able to bombard the Zaifu from either here or here or here, or I guess here. They're on every tile that I want to use, unfortunately. Like a tile with like 3 range and indirect fire. Those sorts of tiles. Let's see. Good. Do I... Maybe we'll bait them. Do I want to bait them? Just lose the garrison for a turn. Maybe we could bait them over this way. Go for that. I don't know. So, remaining Keshiks, what do we do with you? Yeah, across the river. Well, what's smarter? Because once we have these frigates out, this area instantly will become a lot safer. So it's probably fine to hang out over here. You dick. Honestly, I don't know if there's a better use for that guy. About it would be like garrisoning this. And I was already going to send this guy over here to maybe fight Dali, but they don't seem to be moving in. This is like a slap fight. Like really, what else would I use this for? Going after Lhasa? Again, I don't know if I want to go after Lhasa. It's kind of a kind of a fool's errand. Let's put a trading post up, or yeah, trading post up there. Let's see. That's interesting. They didn't pick up the wheat. It's only a high priority tile. I guess they're trying to get it next. So now what? Hang on tight. Yeah, we didn't make it in time. There's Kyushu. Barbarian camps like to spawn on here. So I don't know if they're there just because that happened or what, but I don't usually see them here. I usually see some ships here, but yeah, I'm not sure. What were we doing with you? I'll at least stand there. Do I want to stand there? If I stand here, though, I guess it doesn't. Is there any utility to this tile? Not really. Yeah, you were gonna heal this. Deshik. Let's get that. Just get rid of that. We don't get rid of it with these units. These soon-to-be frigates are gonna have to deal with it, and it's just gonna delay us further. Yeah, for now, everyone with range and/or indirect fire should head over. You can, I guess you can go down to Guangzhou. Because it's not really likely that they're going to get any better. Oh, oops. Well, it's for this turn. That's fine. Seriously? It's freaking, come on, get out of here with this crap. I have a golden age. I have a golden age? Like a legit golden age? How? Let's see, can I... Let's, put that in there. Let's see what we can do against the other 8. Let's do that. Okay, luckily that worked out. Well, now I don't know what to do with this guy. Because if we have a golden age, well, you know, let's extend the golden age. Yeah. 7 turns. Yeah, okay. We get another one by the end of the... I mean, it doesn't matter. There's only 15 turns left anyway, so... yeah, you can start working on a trading post. We've got 20 excess food in here. Like, come on. What are you doing? This is a city where I usually tended to do that whole put a fort on, instead of replace this fort with a farm, or vice versa, a farm with a fort, and because it would nerf the food down by, I think, 2 per. I'm gonna find out next turn. But I'm really headed for these guys. They just don't want to die, do they? Let's see, is this rough? Grassland. Alright, so let's get get them. Oh, before I do that, let's get this out of here. Let's build another trireme, or buy another trireme. All right, that should leave us with enough for 5 frigates upgrades. Well, we'll also get 1,000 gold for finishing them off. Okay, come on. Jesus, it's like a 1 pixel tall thing. Okay, so disable quick movement. Do we care about killing that? Not really. We're yeah. Save for luck.
Мы были побеждены, так что я становлюсь твоей пленницей. Мне кажется, это не самый худший удел.
That's the nicest thing any of these leaders said to me. I really appreciate that. What the hell? It only kept one build. Like, what was that? Like a 17 pop city? I swear this game lies to me. There's no way in hell that you could have a city like this. I mean, I guess you could survive on these tiles alone. They're pretty good yields. I mean, I'm in a golden age right now, but 66% chance of capture my ass. Like, I don't buy it. Anyway, so why I'm really tempted to just raise this. But I guess I kept the market. I still think it's a net positive. I don't know. It'll have a city connection next turn, and we'll get rid of this in 2 turns. So it's everything's coming up Millhouse. It's a good thing, right? Yeah, there's one choice, navigation. The only choice. It's the U key upgrade. Was I worried about defending against Dali when I Dalviet? I can just make peace with them. I suppose Japan could make them an ally, but I don't know. I probably should just give up on this. The thought of going after this. I really don't have time to go after them. Oh, they opened up. All right, let's turn back on quick movement. Get general in position. Ooh, nice. So what would be helpful? We landed in Japan, what would be helpful? March. Certainly not accuracy. There's like maybe like 1 or 2 flatland tiles. Probably March. Those are some good hits. So let's see. What would we be ready to do next turn? And we finished banking on our own this turn. I do not. I mean, for me, the only real reason, because we have so much iron, there's practically no reason to go for gunpowder. I mean, if you were thinking in like the longer term, look at this. We didn't only have 15 turns left. But yeah, the extra production of mines and quarries. I don't think we have any quarries. Do we? Maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. These suck. I was I took this once thinking that these would be good, but they have a penalty on defense, and I think it's a negative 33% penalty on defense. Does it say? Combat penalty when on defense. Well, what is the penalty? It's pretty unclear. Civilopedia. Let's see. This guy does not have indirect fire, however. I don't think he does. No. So yeah, he could hit this guy. So who else is Deshik, I think, is the other relative known to us. So yeah, we almost got 10 elite Keshiks. I think Ishik is. Ishik didn't. Ishik is the 10th one. Ishik didn't get to. Didn't even get to range yet. So the question is, what do we do with them? Don't know. Hold that thought. I mean, we might send them along with mainland Japan. The issue is that he would have to be. It would have to be on a tile that is a hill, and with no obstruction. Right. Okay. We can't do Circus Maximus yet. So what now? What now? I guess I'll build a swordsman. I don't know what else to build, and it can get very heated going after Japan, and you can run out of. It can surprise you, and you can run out of melee units before you know it, just through the surprise caravel attacks or surprise combat not going the way you thought it would. So we got this garrison here. Let's rush on down to Cairo. When we mop up Cairo, it would be prudent to bring them to use melee capture unit after all. Ogide can provide healing here. Genghis taking point. This area can get saturated with barbarians too if you're not careful. There's lots of. It can actually be a pretty annoying area to defend, but there's so little time left in the scenario that we probably won't get a chance to see that. I mean, I don't want to see that. It's not like we've done a ton of scouting either, so we won't really know if those camps show up. Well, if they show up, I mean, they would show up. You know, if this city is going, usually it blows my mind that they built Notre Dame in this city, when presumably it had like no buildings. I just can't believe they all got deleted from me capturing it. Because like, how are you going to build something like this? This is 400 production. If you just look at the terrain, how much production is there in this terrain? Like maybe 10, maybe 12. How many turns that would take without a workshop? You might have had without a water mill, without a. Is this even on a river? I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's unbelievable. I wonder if they had to change the internals when they introduce spying just to make it more honest. about which buildings were like they made. I think what if they made them have to build buildings that they otherwise wouldn't have built? Let's see, castle. I suppose I could pay for a harbor if I need to. Whether it's gonna be the end of the game, like it's harbor. We're gonna raise this most likely. Um, I don't know yet. I might puppet it temporarily just so I can finish Circus Maximus. I just don't know yet. Again, it's gonna take us another turn. Like we're gonna need these guys to get down here. These guys will need to get in the water. Is it safe to get in the water? It might be. It's only safe if they don't have any caravels. If they had a caravel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. Let's put 1 in the water. It's better than having nothing in the water, because that's the main bottleneck in trying to deal with this stuff. Okay. Rotate out to the next. Why do I feel like these upgrades cost like way less than they did? I guess I'll find out next turn. The upgrades, the upgrades to frigates seem to be quite cheap. Cheaper than I thought they'd be. Yeah. I'm not putting them in the water yet because they're my special little boy. Right. So yeah, they wised up. They put their units in peril, and some of them in peril, and took one of them back, I think. So we have places to shoot from, luckily. I had one run where I basically had nowhere to shoot from for several turns, and it really made me. It made things very nerve-wracking. Let's see, you want another trading post there? I'm gonna put a trading post here. I haven't forgot about the naval reserve worker force. Again, they still might get called out because even 5 ships, even 6 ships is if you wanna have absolute certainty, absolute coverage of the entirety of Japan. It's you need like at least 3 on either side. Let's see, you hit that. And now you have nothing to hit. All right. Let's see. Yeah, look how. And the other thing is that in pre-DLC, you can't really can't overlap your embarked units with ships, so they kind of have to create like an envelope, whatever. You have to create a barricade made up of ships to surround your embarked units to keep them safe. That's what it is in essence. So yeah, it's gonna take me. Okay, I guess I'll risk it. If they come at me with the trireme, it's RAP, I guess. I don't know what else I can really say on the matter. Another timely meat shield. Yeah, I mean, it's if I get desperate enough, some of these will be sacrifices. It's almost a certainty. It almost certainly reaches that point. What was I gonna? I was gonna look at the upgrade cost of this. Yeah. Okay. So it says It says 265, and because of honor, we get a discount. That's nice. It's very, it's lovely. Question is, do we do more frigates or do we do caravels? What's the advantage of one or the other? I mean, they have extra sight. I guess it wouldn't hurt to have. I don't know. I think we go frigates because we're going to be trying to how would you put it? We're trying to focus fire units and cities, and the more of these we have, the better. They are better off we're going to be. Good riddance. Okay, so where are you going? I think I'll send you to send you out west because we need a garrison for Constantinople, and the other Keshiks are going to be busy for the next several turns. And that's it's the closest. So how long is it going to take to get there? Constantinople, 5 turns. No, no, it's might be better off being a garrison for Hangzhou because this is going to go away. Yeah. Usually, what happens when I'm done with Arabia and Russia and the Greeks is that most of the Keshiks over here, they all just kind of go and become lords of each of their own respective domain. Like I give basically each of them a city, kind of like giving like a Roman legion some farmland when they retire. Like they're basically retired and they're on barbarian swatting duty, but they only really come out if bothered by barbs. So let's see. Circus Maximus. Nope. Next turn, baby. Next turn. Well, I guess if it's next turn, that's yeah. Dali wants Dalvet wants was it Dive yet? Dive yet? Wants Dali eliminated. They want each other eliminated. Okay. Maybe they're just sick of being near China or something. I don't know. Let's go back on pillage tile. So I was just curious. What's if we make a fort? I think it's -2 food. Yep. Do I want to do that? Yeah, actually, it's too big. It's already going to grow next turn. But the trick is that you don't have to finish the fort. Like just starting the fort gets rid of the farm. So I'm gonna target that one too. Yeah. So let's see. Let's head on down to. Do I care about this? I guess there's really no time crunch to take out Arabia. I could farm some influence. These are a hostile city-state after a while, after all. So we'll get like 12 or something. 12 influence by killing a barbarian that's in their borders, or even adjacent to their borders. Again, it's the end of the game. I maybe didn't even need to do that, but I don't know. We're kind of waiting for everyone to get down here to begin with. It's always a bit dicey. Because all of these units are flimsy in a melee sense. Melee attackers get to them. So hopefully Crusader states is a good enough meat shield. I don't really see any of their units down, any of the Arabian units here. But there is a city down here on the coast. So oh no, I don't think we're in any danger of running out of time healing Arabia. I think Japan is more the pressing concern in that regard. So what do we do for a turn? Waiting for Circus Maximus to come back. How's unit supply? Do we need more units? Yeah, unit supply is great. Well, we'll finish in one turn. Nothing. Well, I guess it doesn't need to finish, but how many turns we got left? 14. Yeah, we'll put one turn into a market, and unless there's something better. Mint? No. Garden? Nope. Nope. Nope, not really. Money's good. We're in a golden age for the rest of the scenario, so yeah. So we were deciding on what to do with this guy. It's funny how I make all these decisions, and again, it always comes back to like this one unit that I was kind of waffling on like what to do with them. But yeah, I think we decided they're going to go to Hangzhou because they're just not anything else for them to do really. This guy needs orders. Yeah, I guess it can be garrison, and when this guy heals up, we can move them back over here. Well, it's better here or here. Probably here because it'll give us early warning, and in pinch I can move the crossbowman onto the trigger. It's not the best trying to. It's not the best trying to fend off two different. Defend a city that has two unique luxuries on either side of it. That's in the middle of nowhere. Any adjustments we need to do? No. Okay, so I'm gonna let that roll because we're gonna switch to Circus Maximus next turn. I think it was only like 6 turns. It was 4 turns last I checked, but that was probably from overflow or something. Yeah. So yeah, these are in position. These are in waiting, I should say. Ishik, what were you gonna do with you? You're the one that didn't have range. You're going here. You don't know. Maybe we could have them go take care of this Bart camp here, for starters. Yeah, better than nothing. Deshik. I'm gonna keep Deshik nearby because they're close to indirect fire. So is Seshik. So if they get onto Dazaifu, they might be. If we put them on Dazaifu, they might be able to fend off Japanese units that are nearby. This is kind of wonky. Using great generals in combination with ships is kind of. See, there are no great admirals in this. So the great general bonus applies to ships, but these only have free movement when embarked. So just like any other embarked unit. So it's a bit awkward to make use of them because the ships move so much faster. They can't overlap with each other the way that a great admiral might, or the way that great admirals do, in fact. What a handsome deal. No further comment on that. What's beneficial to us? Yeah, I mean, if we were playing another 30 turns, another 40 turns, like this, I don't know. This would be great if we had infinite money, because we could just annex everything and be super happy. But given the constraints that we're currently under, we need that good frigate money, and they don't come cheap, and so we're not going to be buying monuments and temples anytime soon. So we're already in a golden age, so this is pointless. It's pointless. We don't settling cities. Settling cities. Western Shah is about to drop off from ally status, but we're gonna see Mount Fuji like super soon. So it does not matter. It does not matter one bit. Bombardment. Okay. So and what's the next? Uyghur will be down in 10 turns. So technically we're in danger of losing Uyghur, in danger of losing Crusader states. Mm, I just don't think that's worth it. Not right. Not under the current condition. If I had picked that earlier, and we were too busy working on this, so freedom. Eh, irrelevant. This is relevant. It gives us frigate money, or a little bit more, even if it's not much. Yeah, we'll still check that. Movement for all naval units and +1 sight for naval combat units. What? The reason I'm looking at this and confused is that I can't think of a naval unit pre-DLC that isn't combat. Workboats? I guess workboats would be the only one. But why are they being so stingy? Like workboats should get it too. You know, why not? Not like game breaking to have a workboat that can move 5 tiles. Denmark can do it. No one probably even knows that Denmark can do that. All right. So since we have some luxury of time, let's scope out the situation, scout it. That would be still can't get over the fact that China went to go war me. Oh yeah. So the question is, the other thing is that I'm reminded of is that we're getting pearls from Haroon. We're getting marble from anybody else or from anywhere else. No. That said, I could annex this, but I don't want to get that marble. But that means he has marble and he has it in his capital. So the question is, do we go for this city first, or do we go for the other one? Circus Maximus, 5 turns. Chop, chop. And I don't even know if these chops are going to be impactful given the amount of production they take. Because these national wonders, they take more production the more cities you have. we're working every production tile we possibly could, I think. Maybe. Um. hmm. I don't know. Is that worth it? We'll find out. We just want to get it done. Oh, that's a good argument. That's a good enough reason to go take Cairo first, is because if we're working on Cairo, then we're not raising a city that may or may not have a Colosseum. This is the city down here, Mecca, is like kind of a dinky city, and well, it could have a Colosseum. I'm find it less likely than others. Right, so down to 18 positive, 18 surplus food. Let's see what else. What other farm tiles you got? Did you finish? Why are you focusing on this one? Didn't I already give them orders? I thought they were going here. Okay. Oh, there's my plan for raising a city with without a well, it depends. If they have a Coliseum, then I guess we're fine. But if they don't, then we're screwed. Let's see. Need to get them in the water. Now they do benefit from adjacency. Yeah, they only wait, don't they? Maybe they don't for purposes of attacking a city. I seem like it's an adjacent friendly unit. Who knows? I feel like they just make up the rules in this pre-DLC, these pre-DLC uh, rules. You know, I just said rules, but maybe I should have. Yeah, okay. Let's embark here. That way we have two units in the water, so we could hit it. We could hit them with either this or this. For them to hit this, they would have to have a unit like do it. They would have to have a ship that danced all the way like that way, like arced over. Like I don't think there's even a ship in the game that has enough movement to do that. Um, unless they were like down here, maybe they might be able to. I don't. It's good to have redundancy because we're pretty much going all in. Hopefully nothing dies this turn or next turn because they're not in a position to. Suppose I could Mongolian worker. So you can bait out ships with workers. So like that road's pretty much done. Oh yeah, I forgot. I almost forgot about this road up here too. We might be able to make use of these guys here because they have range. Get them across this island over here and get them up to. Yeah, we're not to get them to indirect fire. I mean, if you look at that, that's 30 more experience, 20. No, was it 18 more experience? It technically could happen. Pretty much all of Japan needs indirect fire. Oh, speaking of, let's see, let's favor the one that has more experience. So yeah, like if there was a unit here every turn that we could get 2 hits off of, in 3 more turns we'd have indirect fire. Yeah, you can't really count on that. All right. Do I guess we're already stuck there. Um, yeah. Good riddance, Novgorod. It's hilarious. Maybe the most barren city I've taken and has a world wonder outside of Beijing earlier in the game. But that was early in the game, and there's just less buildings, period. That I moved that down to help zone of control anything that might come our way. Uh, Create sort of a dragnet. That's the right word. Let's see. Is there anything else I can pair those? I suppose. Ishik. Again, I thought I made orders for both of those units. Or was I just talking too much and not doing? I almost thought that was a barbarian because our colors look out of the corner of your eye. They don't. They look kind of reddish. Yeah, let's I don't want them to get hit by the archers. I want to see if they actually have. These both genie? I didn't think I had 2 of those. Yeah, we're baiting them because the more ships of theirs that we can destroy, the less we have to worry about. Come on, can you just die? Okay, we're definitely not in position. Let's see. So right now we're just sightseeing. I have vision, right? Oh, yeah, this city is awkward to attack without indirect fire too because of this hill here. Okay, so let's not let's group up. Yeah, so now we know where that's at. Cairo's like probably like here. It's awkward to attack. Sometimes this is a march. I mean, this is a march tile sometimes because they don't. Sometimes they don't. Unless it's a different tile. There's one that's off like swamp or marsh. They call it marsh. Obviously, they're synonyms, but there's a tile that somewhere in here that can be tricky if they don't improve it. They don't remove the marsh. It seems like kind of 50-50 whether they do or don't do that. So let's get on the road. Get ready to go after Cairo. Yeah. Hell, this is crap. Seriously. Where did that come from? Maybe they come from here? This is the camp that I've left alone for ages. This whole northern area up here is just if you especially along the tree lines up here, it's just rife with barbarians if you take the time to go out there, venture out. You can actually farm a lot of culture if you have spare keshiks. Don't have a lot of those right now. If I wasn't trying to annihilate Japan, I would have a lot of those. Mm, yeah, okay. Save it for the guy without. Did what happened here? I don't remember. Is it because they? I think the city, because the city state hit it. It's still at 1. There's this odd interplay because I had it down to 1, but I couldn't capture with melee. But then once my turn's over, it's Japan's turn, and then what am I trying to say? Basically, even if I do enough damage, when Japan's turn starts, it's either when it's either at the start or end of the. It doesn't matter because during their turn, the city will heal, and then the city state, for the city state to take it, they have to do the amount of damage that this city would have healed by. They would have to counter that amount of damage for them to take it themselves, and they only had like 1 embarked musketmen that, you know. So let's see. Let's find out if Dazaifu has a. I don't know if this happens in previous assaults, but yeah, apparently it does. So I'm gonna make a cut. Save again for. Well, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit raise. But you know what? Damn it.